I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, girl, to see justice before all face to black. Yes, his your girl Cadillac. So today is a random night. Wasn't even thinking I was gonna go live tonight. Have not been on a live in a long time. Like my little thing sliding off. Like how is this all over my head like that? Crazy. But yeah, I just braided my locks so they like stiff right now. Sticking all everywhere. But anyway, so this was random. Y'all know I'm still packing and moving, girl. But my mind got kind of bored just doing that all day long, so I needed a break. My daughter asked me to, she was showing me all the drawings that people are doing of the Little Mermaid, and she's like, Ma, like, why aren't you doing this? And I'm like, yeah, I literally was supposed to do a teach you how to draw the Little Mermaid video, which is just been a thought in my mind, and I never ended up doing it. So I said, let's not put it off no longer. In this one, I'm not gonna teach you, girl. You can just watch me. I mean, maybe you like me, just watch somebody do it and then just pick it up. But I'm just gonna draw. I'm gonna find a picture of the Little Mermaid, and then I'm just gonna draw her. Also, it is the night of Father's Day. So I am going to had a very nice Father's Day with my father, like towards the end of the day, because I did have to move during the beginning of the day. It's like, ugh, it's that fight in life between what you got to do and what you really want to do. Because in the whole scheme of things, further down in life, am I gonna care that I was supposed to pack like on that day, or is it gonna be more? Dang it! Would it be more? Oh, it's loosening in the back. Would it matter more that spent my day with my dad, girl? And that is priceless. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's priceless. Let me show y'all these pictures. Y'all seeing in my videos from earlier this week as I was moving. And I found these pictures. That's Money and her father. Money grew up with her father in prison. Y'all know he's wrongfully convicted, excessively sentenced. So this is the only way that Money truly knows her father. Girl, but really any relationship with your father, if you are able and blessed to have one, it is like words can't even say. Like, girl, I grew up with my father, and my life would not be what it is if my father was not in my life. He, in the absence, Marcello, my husband, as well being wrongfully convicted, but while incarcerated, um, they were able to have a bond. She literally only knows him through visitations and phone calls. But under those circumstances, he's still an amazing father as well. And what broke my heart so bad was that when I first said I was, the notion that I was pregnant came up, he was so overjoyed, over the moon and back. He was so excited when Money was born. He was the best father. And then instantly it was gone. Um, so that's going to lead me into, I'm not going to try to talk while I draw, because y'all know, girl, I gets off on a tangent. I explains a little bit too much. So I made a playlist. I have a couple of videos I'm going to play of mine that are throwback videos from the recent past. And as I'm doing that, I am going to draw Ariel. So none of this go together, girl, but you know that's how my life is, all over the place and back. But okay, so I'll read the list of what the videos are. So the first one is gonna deal with our black men, because I hate that, I just mentioned how my husband's wrongfully convicted and excessively sentenced. And daily I tell this story. If y'all follow me, y'all know somewhere, if it ain't on YouTube, if it ain't on it's on Facebook, it's somewhere that I am telling this story, because I do desire to break the story of my husband's wrongful conviction and free him. Like, girl, like, why is he there? So I mean, I just fight every day. It's not something that, like, you have this one all out war and then it's over. That would have been trial. Had he won trial, that would have been that all out war, and now it's over. But because he lost his rigged up trial, it's a daily battle. It's every day, it's a battle, to try to regain his freedom. So every day that I tell this story, I get all this unbelief that there's no way this couldn't have happened. He had to have done something. All those different issues that kind of block. That's what those issues do, is this. It plugs up everyone's ears to where they literally will not listen to the story. So it gets really hard to break a story when nobody's listening. Like, girl. But I continue to tell it because I know there is somebody out there that will listen. And then also, it could be possible that this is just going to pave the way for someone else. Maybe the victory is not for my husband and myself and our family to be reunited, but possibly it would help somebody else. Literally, through all my research, I got somebody else back into court. That's crazy. So, but that could have been the whole purpose in all of this, to get that person back into court. We don't know how God puts things together. Like, for real, his ways are not our ways. So we can't understand. My mind can't understand it. All I know is what I do, girl. Okay, so every day telling that story, people are like, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but he shouldn't have did what he did. I'm like, did you not listen? Just like the judge told the jury in Marcello's trial. Let me tell you, before they were going to render verdict, the jury said they had questions. And one of the questions, the judge said he's not going to answer. And then the other question, the jury said, can they get 2 copies of the transcript because they need to go over some things. Let me tell you, that trial was all over the place and back. There would be no way to even follow that trial. It made no sense. They were caught in so many different lined up. This was like the lining up. Like 2 repellent magnet ends. That's how it didn't line up like that. Or like an earthquake, when like that. It didn't line up at all, but the case held no water, but they still convicted him. And when I tell that, after telling that long story, y'all know I got TMJ, so it hurts me to talk. After telling that long story, they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, but, he shouldn't have did what he did. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But what I was saying, I'm sorry, I skipped. They asked for 2 copies of the transcript because they need to go over some things. And the judge was like, he outburst. He said, what? 2 copies for what? Were they not just listening? What was the point of them even coming to trial if they weren't going to listen? What? How many? Okay. They tell them. No, then he asked the court reporter, how fast can we get the transcript? And he said, well, I can get it to him, but it won't be until tomorrow. And he said, okay, that's what I'm going to tell them. That'll fix that. He said, I'm going to tell them they have to come back tomorrow. And I guess the jury was like, forget that. We ready to go home. Girl, I'm hungry. I want my husband. Girl, I done missed all my shows. No, I don't want to come back. They did not come back for that transcript. So whatever question they had in their head was never answered. Instead, they came back with guilty in the highest with no evidence, girl. And that's what I'm like, what that judge said. He said, what? Were they not listening? And that's how I feel after telling that long whole story. And then people tell me, yeah, but he shouldn't have did what he did. And I'm like, the whole story is what they allege he did. It didn't even happen. There's nothing corroborating it. You have no fingerprints, no evidence, no DNA, not even the weapon that you charged them with. How do you charge somebody with the invisible weapon? But they also know that wrongful convictions are almost impossible to overturn. So it does not matter whether they tried him correctly or not. Good luck with ever getting this to the surface. So, and then after they tell me that, a lot of things of what they like to say is, well, that's all those young black boys are doing anyway. And that literally irks my soul, because I'm like, every single young black boy? Are you sure that that's what I'm sure for every young black boy that's doing that, there's another young black boy that's not. And guess who gets put in the spotlight? Not the young black boy that's doing the correct thing, the right thing. I've seen a lot of good black men over my whole life. I've seen a lot of bad black men over my whole life, but I would not dare throw away all my black men because some are not doing what they're supposed to do. And that's what this first video that I recorded is like. Basically, is they want us to just throw our men away. We're birthing them so that we can either bury them or imprison them. I literally don't see the purpose in that. And I had, let me hit this little rhyme real quick, and then I'll get to that so I can get to doing aerial, because I got to go to sleep, because I got to pack in the morning. Like, girl, why am I even up? I should be asleep. Okay, so statistically, he done became what y'all thought he'd be. A young black male in jail or on the streets. Well, if this the game, it seems like it was rigged up to me. He am massive fiances and don't lie to me. Now from the get-go, they told him that he wouldn't be none. He wouldn't amount to none. Look at him now, he exactly what they told him. Like they predestined him to be statistically the epitome of these gutter grimy streets. He wears his pants down to the floor, cause that's all he know. Ain't like his father was there to tell or maybe show him. Now he's a player, pimp, a gangster, and everything in between. But can you really actually blame him? The streets done chased off his dream. See, the streets is his reality show. And he's the star. He gets the money, the bling, the women, the fancy cars. But somebody please tell him to end it, cause I don't think he knows the ground of jail for 20. This how it goes. See, when a baby is is born, his mind is just like clay. You got to mold it and tell him that, baby, it'll be okay. You got to tell him that he is a king and women's queens. You got to tell him to never give up on his dreams. Now, statistically, he done became what y'all thought he'd be. A young black male and jailer on the streets. Well, if this the game, it seems like it was rigged up to me. Yeah, massive fiancés, and don't lie to me. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Statistically, like, they predestined. Stop predestining this over all our black men. I have a black father. Great black man. Stop predestining this. I have nephews who could grow out to be, and I pray that they do, and we're going to guide them to be great black men. Don't predestine this over them. Don't speak this over them. That's all these young black boys do. That's what some black boys do. Don't throw all black boys away. And I make let me just let the video talk, but I do make this reference that if you bought a bag of apples, and I know like regularly you would take them back, like if any were rotten, right? But let's go with this for the analogy. Let's say you bought a bag of 16 apples and 2 were bad. What would you do? Would you literally just throw away the whole bag of apples? Or would you pick out the 2 bad apples and keep the rest? All right, so let's get to working. I got to find, girl, I don't know how this is gonna work because I think my laptop going dead, girl. We got a few minutes that it will hold a charge. I gotta find the picture of Ariel I'm going to draw. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video, and I'm gonna try not to chime in, girl. First, I am going to, now y'all know I love my nephew Juju. Like, girl, don't throw my baby away. That baby could be something great, grand. Don't speak that over his life. That's all them young black boys do. No, baby. That little black boy has a chance. Don't take his chance away. But anyways, we went to the zoo. You know, my Juju loves animals. He loves outside. He's an artist. He's literally only 6 years old, but he's a grand artist. And we won this for, it was Ocean Day. And because we did this quiz, the gentleman gave us this. Okay, so I'm going to sharpen my special pencil, right? It says a party for the planet. And then in the tip of it, they have sage sprouts. So we're gonna go bury that like one of these days, girl, when I get me a little time. All right, so let's get into this. But I am gonna sharpen. I'm not gonna quite open up the sage thing. Yeah, but I'm gonna sharpen my little pencil and we gonna get the drawing, girl. Like, they love to make statistics over, y'all know the second verse of that was the statistics they put over the females, the young black females, that they would end up, you already know, pregnant, single mothers, which I had a song called Single Mother by Force and Not Choice. But literally, at one point in my life, I was one of the statistics, but I broke all the statistics over my life. And also, money, the statistic of her being the child of a prisoner, she broke all those. Like, I mean, so don't speak that over our men's lives. Don't. Not all of them. Some, yes, but not all. All right, so let's play this, and I'm gonna go ahead and look for that picture of Ariel. It's your girl Cadillac. Yes, I am Cadillac Dixon. I'm the drama life present wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before I'm on phase 2 black. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Just chilling, rocking in this little chair on the porch, girl. And just getting up. I think I got up about 10:30 this morning. I did stay up late. Oh, it was such a surprise. Okay, so when midnight hit, I did go in the room and wish my sister Happy New Year, my little nephew, because they were really the only ones up in the house. My dad was going to bed. I ain't want to wake him up. And I did all of that. Really, honestly, I was about to fall asleep. I was getting really tired. I was sitting up there working on my year-end review, going through my channel, looking at the growth that I had over this year, and making a list of the things that I wanted to highlight that happened in 2021. Okay, girl, I only got halfway through that list. I got up to June, and after June, girl, I was really tired. So I said, okay, I'm going to go lay down, and then I'm going to set my alarm and get back up at midnight. But I ended up watching, I was watching some of Jaguar Wright, her new videos that she returned back to YouTube, and she got her own little platform and stuff. So I watched some of her videos. And then it ended up being close to midnight. So I was like, let me just, stay up. So I stayed up. I went live just to tell you guys, Happy New Year. And then after that, I was going to bed. I literally laid down at like 12:07. So I'm abruptly waking up out of my sleep, and it's a phone call. And the next thing I hear is, listen, you got a call from Cello, and inmate, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how is he able to call me? It was like 1 o'clock
Life with Anthony.
So he calls, and he's like, I wanted to bring in a new year with you. And I'm like, well, it's
Black
already
man.
New Year.
So it's not out there robbing,
Like,
illing,
it's
and
not.
stealing.
And then we realized that, he forgot that he's in a whole different time zone. So it just struck midnight for him. But we were a year into this new year. But anyways, I talked to him, and then I was going to be, for real. So yeah, let me switch hands. So anyways, so I went to sleep. I honestly think my headache is coming from my neck. I'm starting to have those issues in my neck where I am quite close to.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I guess it's gonna take a minute to even get to that topic, but it says, ask the OG prison wife 21 plus years why we shouldn't generalize and just throw away all our men, our black men. Yeah, it don't even say that. It say just throw all our black men away. So I guess I get into it further down into the video. But right now I am searching for a picture that I am going to draw of Ariel. Now, when I was watching that video, that movie, there were a lot of scenes that was so beautiful. Y'all already know I love sunset photography. But there was this one, there it is. It's that one. Where she had that little sunset behind her. But I don't know, now it's looking like, maybe it's not quite the picture that's like an awkward way that she's standing. But it was a very beautiful one that was in that, let me turn this down so it don't accidentally play. It was a very beautiful image. So let's see. No, let me go back to look at the pictures. I'll find one, but I'm gonna let this play. But I just wanted to let y'all know that there were some beautiful scenes that I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Let me draw that.
Bone in my neck. I have very little slithers of cartilage in between. But baby, if y'all check out that vlog that I did the other day, where I met somebody in worse pain and in worse shape than me, girl. Ooh, check that out. I will put that in the description box below. But so I am grateful for that much cartilage that I have in my neck. I also started with 5 pinched nerves. My chiropractor, I've been under chiropractic care for possibly 4 years, 3 to 4 years now, continuous chiropractic care, like meaning it was every 2 weeks, and then
I
it
know
was
which
every
one I like.
3 times a week. Started out,
So y'all could
then I
see
moved
me
down to 2 times a
choose
week,
it.
then I moved down to once a week, then I moved down to um, every two
That's
weeks,
pretty.
and then I moved down to every 3 weeks. I am possibly thinking about moving down again because though it does benefit me, it is quite expensive and I pay out of my pocket
That's
because my
cute.
insurance does not
That's really
cover
nice.
the
Let's see
special
that one
treatments
big.
that he does. This is advanced chiropractic care, so it's not your regular
Oh,
chiropractor, and I done been to everybody with this situation.
that's
But
cute.
I really think that some of the nerves in my neck are being pinched, and it's causing stress on my head, causing headaches and stuff like
Let's see
that,
what else we got.
which I used to actually um, deal with every day. But now, I don't have to deal with it every day. But now this is popping up that these headaches are coming back. So, anyways, I had a hard time trying to sleep last night. My pillow, but that pillow did feel like a rock, which is so crazy. Even though they're memory foam pillows, they're very soft pillows. When your neck just don't feel right, your pillow don't feel right. So lately, and every time I lay down, I wake up in more pain than I laid down in. Which, if that makes any sense, anybody that has chronic pain dealing with their spine, they probably can
I just
understand
want
what I'm saying.
images. These keep being
But
videos.
I woke up, I had a horrible headache on this hemisphere of my head, down my eye, coming down the nape of my neck, right at the occipital bone, right there. That is where the nerves just gather and pinch right there. That is your lifeline. If you didn't know, that is your spinal
What?
column that goes
No,
straight
that one you
through
wouldn't know
from your
she's a
head,
mermaid though.
sends
Let me
um,
just.
blood
There's
and
no
everything
good
to your head
pictures.
through the rest of your body, through your extremities. So when that area is clenched off, it causes a lot. So I woke up, I took me some Excedrin to get rid of the headache. I prayed. I was like, Lord, please don't let this headache follow me throughout this day. I cannot. It's very hard for me to function when I have a headache. I can almost function with any other pain, but a headache. A headache just make me want to just not do anything. And I went through that bad headache 2 days ago. So I do not want to go through that today. So thank God I took my Excedrin and it alleviated it. There are times that I take it and it does nothing. Um, to be honest, I had got off of that daily having to take Excedrin, like when I first started that chiropractic care. So I don't know if that means I have to up my days back, but I can't afford it. Ugh. It's
I don't see
money or your
anything that I
health,
like.
money or your health, money or your health. And you always have to pick money because you got bills to pay. Doesn't that suck? Anyways, when I did wake up, I had like I don't know, I don't dream. So when I do dream, I know those dreams most likely mean something. They're very important because I do not dream. I be so tired that I just go to sleep. Oh, excuse me. I just go to sleep and just wake up and hours be done past. Um, so I don't know if I was in dream or if I was waking up and just having thoughts because I no longer just jump out of my bed and hit the ground running. I have learned that you cannot do that. You have to, like I said, I sit up on my bed and I look at that ground as though it is a hot, like hot lava, and I have to pray and meditate before I walk through this
That's
hot
cute.
lava.
Oh,
Before I
I
even
really
get out of
like
my
that
bed,
one.
I have got to. So I basically
But that would be more
reset
of a
my alarm.
painting.
I lay there. I think. I meditate. I pray. I ask for guidance through the day. Don't let me. Y'all
Got
remember
my
that? Order my
sunset.
steps in your word, dear Lord. Yes, them all them songs that we used to sing as children that we had no clue what they meant. Baby, I am learning what these words mean. They mean a lot. Order my steps, because evidently my mind's going the wrong way. My GPS messed up. So I need you to order my steps, Lord. So when I did wake up, the thought that kept being on my mind was to do a video about our young black men. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and do that. So the first thing I did was I got up. I'm caregiving to my sister. I let her get ready. I was planning on going to the park and recording this video. So I let her get ready. I got ready. And then I said, no, I can chill on the porch and just,
I drew
do this video. So after I do this, I'm gonna go to,
thing.
I gotta hit up the Walmart to use their free little Wi-Fi.
Whatever
and
Sebastian
such.
is, I can't think of the name.
And the library closed
It
because
came
today
out
is
really
a
nice,
holiday.
but it was in a
So,
seafood
yeah,
boil.
that's my only choice. But girl, I got to be just the window shopper today. I
Looks
can't
like
be
you
up in
reached
that
the
brick
end,
and
and I
mortar with the
didn't find out
Walmart.
there. Which one do I
Yes.
like?
Anyways, I wanted to do a
Oh, that's
video
pretty.
about young black men. And the reason I guess this hit me was because y'all know lately I have been covering the story vaguely,
That's pretty.
lightly,
Let's see this one
about
larger.
Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, right? Okay, so I guess most of everybody is picking sides.
Okay,
Team Tory or Team
let's do this.
Megan. I'm gonna tell you, like I told you before, I don't
This
know
is the
who
one I picked.
Nan, and I don't know how to spell that either, but Nan, one of them. I don't know who they is, right? All I know is from the standpoint of the law, and by the standpoint of the law, how things should be conducted. That is what I know. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to take this to the bathroom because I'm gonna have to plug in my phone because it's about to die, man. Okay, sorry about that. I had to move it to the restroom because
Okay,
this is
let's get started.
I have a short cord. My charge.
Where am I gonna see
Okay,
this?
so what sparked this is when
Trying
I'm
to get
feeling,
this
I love
correct.
YouTube. I love the fact that we are able to get true opinions from true people, not scripted people, not people that are following
Trying to get it
what
where
they
y'all can
have
see
to
me.
say. You know what I'm saying? Just the get by people, people that's saying whatever is just so politically correct and just, you know what I mean? YouTube, you can hear
Sorry,
all
guys.
sides of something. And that's what we really need to be hearing. We all
There
have
we
differences of opinions.
It's like
And we
looking
all
in the
need to
mirror and
hear
trying to
each
figure out
other's
which way to move
opinions. We
something.
don't need to always, oh, you don't agree with me, so you're wrong, you're stupid, like that stuff. Girl, let's agree to disagree, like for real. And I still love you, and you still love me, but we just don't think the same. Like, would you really, literally want a world full of people just like yourself? Girl, if it was a world just like me, we'd be all introverts. We wouldn't even be talking to each other like that. But the thing was that as I comment, when YouTube get good, girl, I want to comment, and which would be hard because I got that carpal tunnel. So it could take me 1,001 years to write you one comment. So that means I really want to chime in on the situation. And someone had asked me, it was about the recording, it was a video on Willie D. I think it was from Willie D channel where they were saying that there's a recording leaked that incriminated Tory Lanez and actually helped him get convicted of, the case against Meg Thee Stallion.
I don't have any
Okay.
eraser. Means I can't make no
as
mistakes,
I
girl.
comment on that, it got to how you timestamp something, and the way Willie walked into the story was like, this man could get 20 years for this. This is as far as you, if I've commented on any of your videos, I comment throughout the video. I talk to you throughout the video, but I usually timestamp it so you know exactly what part of the video I'm talking about to you. Because as a YouTube creator, I understand that a lot of times when you answer a comment, when the person's making a comment, you don't know what the where the comment, what part of the video the comment is pertaining to. You know, it's hard to know. Sometimes you could think that they're commenting on this, but they're really commenting on that. That's the use of the timestamp, so you know directly where they're commenting. And Willie D has said 20 years. That's all he said. This was like at the beginning of his video. And I said, ooh, I know what 20 years remind me of. 20 years reminds me of the 20 years that I just did with my husband being wrongfully convicted, excessively sentenced. Y'all know that story, in the state of Florida with no evidence, none of that stuff, no weapon that they charged him with, no one shot, no one killed, no one hurt. Nobody left the way, everybody basically left that situation the way they came into the situation, except for Marcello. Marcello left with his life taken away from him. Everybody else brushed everything off and went home and have been living their lives for the last 20 years. And Marcello has been fighting for his life for the last 20 years. So that's what 20 years mean to me. 20 years of being going into a situation thinking that you're about to raise your daughter with your husband, and like, oh no, rug pull from under you. No, you're not. You're gonna be a single mother, like overnight. Single mother by force, not choice. That's what you finna do. Like, I didn't even know that. So that's what the relevance of 20 years is for me. Okay, so that's what I commented. So somebody commented back, uh, sorry to hear your story, which I'm thankful he read that long A comment, and somebody else knows this story. That means it's gotten somewhat, more reach. But what does that have to do with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion? And I basically was answering, and then, wait, his second part that he said, that's what really got under my skin, was that's all these young black boys doing anyway. That part. So first, let me vaguely get across that, because that ain't even the point of this video. I said it has a lot to do with it, because the same issues that his father is standing on how they're saying Tory Lanez is wrongfully convicted, are some of the same issues that I am standing on, that Marcello Jackson is wrongfully convicted. Of course, each case is going to be different. Each case is very unique and has its own bits and pieces. But the way that a case goes through the system is pretty much the same, right? So you really don't know this system until you sat through this system. Most of us only know how the system is told to us that it works, and they only know that what they perceive. They don't really know this true system. They don't know that people get railroaded through it every single day. They don't know that they don't have the rights that they are told that they have. That keeps you unknowingly, what's the word? Unknowingly trustful of this system. That's what keeps you, that there's probably a better phrase, but that's what I'm gonna use for now. You unknowingly put your trust in this system because you think it's working the way it should, and you do not know that it doesn't work that way that you think. It works completely different. That is just the illusion, the mirror illusion that is reflected to us. It's like a two-way mirror where something is being reflected to you, but there is actually something else going on behind that mirror. I also liken it to a trap door. Once you fall through that trap, which means it's hidden, you, like hell, will get out of it. So please just don't fall into that trap. Young black men, do whatever you have to do to stay away from
the legal system, which means you have to get out them streets. You have to find some type of way to get an education. You have to take on some type of trade, because just now we live in a whole day and age where just a job is not going to provide for you. You have to have, basically in this day and age, your own business. You have to have a network of people that you can collaborate and work with. That is what you have to fight for tooth and nail, to not end up where they predestined you to be. They predestined a black man to end up in the grave or in the jail. There's a statistic over black men, and there is a reason there is a statistic. Yes, it is so true that many black men are walking straight and fulfilling that statistic. They're playing that role to a T. But there are also those that are not out there doing it. So this is what I'm fighting for. I am not fighting for those that are doing it, because number one, if they're doing it, who's to say they're going to listen? They're being influenced to do that. But there are some that are not. And those are the ones that we need to fight for. And just like I said before, if you bought a bag of apples, and let's say even 6 of those 10 apples were rotten, but you have 4 perfectly good apples, would you throw the whole bag away so those 4 good ones get thrown out with the 6 bad? Or would you sort through the bag of apples and pull out the bad apples and try to save the 4 that are good? Now, we know in real life, you take that bag, crap, you saw me this bag of apples, ain't nothing. No, but we're talking like just as it being a metaphor. You're going to try to salvage what you can out that bag. So that really bothered me that he said, oh, that's all they're doing anyway. How can you verify that that is all they are doing? So you're telling me, and this is just to put a little side note in there. Do you know in the 5th grade, they are already, I'm sorry, the 3rd grade, they are already, your black boys, your black kids, they are already deciding whether they need a prison bed for them when they come of age, or if they need a scholarship. That should freaking bother us. And I was always wondering, let me show you. You know my little nephews, they're the cutest things. My nephew, Juju, he's always, well, let me show you. This is my little nephew, Juju.
That's my baby.
5 years old.
Yes, my baby.
And I was wondering, at what age do you stop seeing him as a cute little kid and you start seeing him as a threat? As one of those that can be thrown out with the other apples, whether good or whether bad. At what age is that? Y'all know I'm very instrumental in my nephew's life. I have another nephew, Isaiah. He's 12. And we got to be really involved in his life to keep him away from going the way of the streets, because it's very easy to fall into that trap. Back in the day, people were in the streets because they had to do what they had to do to survive. I think a lot of people nowadays are just getting in the streets because they're glorified and people think it's cool and it's the best way to go. They're hearing it in their music all day long. Yes, all this connects. People think they can't be influenced by music, but baby, yes you can. Yes you can, and they know you can. Even if you don't know you can, they know they can. They know you can, right? So it's so much outside influencing a child at 12. This is when most time when they get in middle school, that's when they can start running with the wrong crowds. They can, all of that. So you can have a good apple turn bad right at that point. So you have to be very instrumental in that child's life. Now, I do remember posting a video last year, and I was so proud of my nephew. He was learning to cut the grass on my dad's tractor. And it made me think, yes, my black nephew and my black father. My black father that has raised me and 4 other sisters from 0 to grown and past grown. Yes. Okay, so he was teaching him how to ride the tractor, how to drive the tractor, how to cut grass, and possibly he can make money cutting other people around the neighborhood's grass, right? Somebody made, and I had said that it reminded me of when my father was teaching me how to drive. And that's all that I uploaded that for, because it was a reminiscent, oh, now he's teaching my nephew to, drive the lawnmower. Soon it will be the car and stuff like that. Like, we are families. We black people are families. We do love each other. A lot of times we're dysfunctional families, but we still are families, and we still are able to love each other. Like, we're just not, people think so lowly of black people sometimes. And then they'll justify it by saying, but those black people do that. But girl, what they got to do with me? I'm not every black person. I ain't never met another black woman just like myself. I'm different. I'm different. We're all different. We're all made different. We are not this one stereotypical prototype of a black woman. I was even told I don't look like an artist. And I'm like, well, Dad, what do artists look like? There's a look for an artist? Girl, goodbye. And then right after that person asked for a piece of artwork from me after they told me I didn't look like an artist. But anyways, I posted that, and they said, a comment was said, how much you want to bet that tractor is stolen? Girl, huh? Here you come with this mess. So we never can forget that we are black. We're reminded every day, all day, whether you're doing the right thing, whether you're doing the wrong thing, whether you are reminded that you are black, and black equals less than for some odd reason. So I'm thinking, why is it not worth fighting for our young black men? Why are we birthing black boys and being okay with them going straight into the system or in the grave? I don't understand that. I can't get that. I can't understand that. I can't understand if that's all they doing anyway. What they got to do with Marcello being wrongfully convicted? It has nothing to do with it, because they all could be out there doing that. But if Marcello's not doing that, how are you judging him by what others do? That makes no sense. You're judging by stereotype. And how can we even verify these stereotypes? Black people get group judged. And that's crazy. When a black person does something wrong, all of us are judged with them. When a black person does something right, they are singled out and said that is just one. That's just one scenario. Why aren't we individuals? We're humans. We're single humans. Black people were not born all together at one time. We're not one being. We're supposed to be one people, but we're not one being. We're all different. Yes, we're all black, but we're all different. You can't judge me by the actions of a different person. And then another thing that pisses me off is when they say, well, we're not going to get justice until they stop doing that. So literally, I'm doing the right thing, everybody doing the right thing, my husband doing the right thing, but we can't get justice because other people are out there wilding. And because we happen to have the same skin color, no justice for you because they are doing the wrong thing. That makes no sense to me. I can't understand that. I'm sorry. I want justice, and I want my husband free. He ain't do no crime. The crime didn't even happen. He does not deserve to be behind bars. I don't care if he is black. He doesn't deserve it. Because in this in this world, for everyone that is doing the wrong thing, there are those doing the right thing. Just like, let's talk about the stereotypes of a black female. I have a song about that. You already know it. Yes. Statistically, I done became what they thought I'd be. A young single black mother with no degree. Well, if this the game, it seems like it was rigged up to me. I'm massively answers and don't lie to me. So much potential. Why the heck I'm working 9 to 5? Ends ain't close to me. How the heck am I gonna survive? And yeah, I know I'm working, but why I can't get food stamps too? Tamika and Candy get them, and they ain't got no job to go to. Oh, I guess it's because I didn't put the kid down on child support, but he was taking care of his kid to the day they sentenced him in court. Man, I wish I listened, took my hot tail to school, then hot tailed it to college and learned every single golden rule. Instead, I found, oh, hold on one second. Instead, I found comfort in a man now meant me good, and it ain't no commitment. There's too many chickens in the hood. I wish somebody told me, baby girl, you're beautiful. You're smart, intelligent. You could be anything that you want, but it's a little too late to sit and cry over this spilled milk. My problems today is a direct effect of my past and my consequences. Man, I had so much going for myself. Who knew my life would end up this way? Now statistically, I done became what they thought I'd be. A young single black mother with no degree. Well, if this the game, it seems like it was rigged up to me. I'm asking for answers and don't lie to me. Those statistics. Well, sorry, trying to get the cord over my shoulder, but those statistics, they basically want us to live up to those statistics. It is on us. They're not going to come save us because we are the lowest of the low, and they don't, who cares? Like Michael Jackson said, they don't really about us. Yeah. All I have to say is that they don't really care.
I don't feel that we're the lowest of the low. They feel that way. So I should have said that in that video.
About us. They show don't, girl. They don't care about us. So we have to care about us. And I'm not understanding why we don't care about our young black men and our young black females. Like, for real, the thing is, there's a stereotype, but you don't have to fulfill that quota. You don't. Like, even though I was a statistic, a young single black female with no education. But guess what? Guess what? My mother broke that generational curse over our family. My mother, who is from the west side of Chicago, who grew up with 9 siblings, whose mother was a single mother, who grew up on welfare on the west side of Chicago, decided that my mother despised welfare altogether, was not taking a dime of nothing from nobody. She ended up moving here to Florida, getting a job with AT&T, staying on that job over 30-something years. She went back to college at age 47. At age 53, she was graduating with her master's in business. Let me tell you, she's the first one in her family to graduate. Now, 6 months after, she died from a botched surgery. That whole system ain't legit as well, but this ain't the point of this story. She died from a botched kidney stone removal surgery. Her graduating sparked me, me, to go back to college. I went back to college at age 34, I believe. Very discouraged. I'm way behind all my peers, whether white, black, Indians, Chinese. I was behind everybody, it felt like. I went back at age 34 as a single mother. It took me 5 freaking years.
And
I'm
disabled.
in many different ways. I had to work still full time because there was nobody to watch my child and take care of my
The
child while I attended
outline.
school.
Yeah.
I worked overnight. I kept my child because daycare could no longer be afforded because they took my husband who was paying daycare. And I went to college. And baby, it didn't stop there. I graduated in 2020 with my degree in graphic design and a certificate in web design. My last year in college, I broke that statistic, girl. I broke it. But not only just me, my mother broke it. And then I broke that statistic. And then guess what? My daughter broke that statistic. My daughter, the child of an inmate, an incarcerated citizen, do you know the statistics over them? The statistic is high greater that they're going to end up in prison themselves. But guess what she did? The last year, this girl struggled in school because her father was gone. Like, that was the core basis of why she couldn't pay attention to school. But guess what? She got that thing together. In her last year of high school, she was a dual enrollment student doing high school and tech school. She got on a National Honor Society in both. She left high school with a full ride scholarship.
My baby.
And joined me in college. That's some statistics for your and she is in her last semester of college. Though all those statistics were put out on us, what if it was flipped? What if it was a vendetta against black females like it is a vendetta against black males? And you rigged us up already to fail. Do I get grouped in with all those bad apples too? Or would you try to save me? Would you try to save my daughter? Would you try to save my mother? That's what I'm saying. Treat everyone as a case by case scenario. Don't jump to the conclusion they black and that's all the black people are doing. We're people. That's the key word. Black people. So we're people. This is just like you saying all men cheat. How you know? You know every single man? That's like you saying all women are gold diggers. How you know? I'm a woman. I'm not a gold digger. I'm a person that go gets it for herself. Even if you got it, I don't want to take it from you. I need to get it myself. So we can't continue to allow these stereotypes to exist about our young black men. We have to do something, because the black man actually is the piece that holds the family, the black family together. So once you took that piece out, that family is left broken. I didn't come from a broken family. I grew up with my mother and my father. But I left and had my own family, which I thought was going to be a full family, but it turned out to be a broken family. And now that generational curse has started. Broken family. We got to break that. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. I know very few people will agree with me, because I'm the black sheep of my family, of society. I'm Cadillac, but if black sheep, that was already taken. Outcast, that was already taken. Scarface, that was already taken. But I am not one that goes with anybody else. I think for myself, anything you tell me, I will hear it, but I'm going to analyze it for myself. I'm going to process it through my brain. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? If they all make sense, all factors make sense, then yes. If all factors don't make sense, baby, I can't understand that. Yeah, but it's on the news. It says that, baby, I can't understand that. It's some factors that are missing or they just don't make no goddamn sense to me. Anyways, it's your girl Cadillac. 20 years ago, I was in a courtroom. This is the old replica of courtroom back past the 80s, I think previous to the 80s. But in 2022, I'm sorry, 20, God dog it. In 2002, I sat in a courtroom and in front of the judge, and I begged, I was pleading, and I was like, please, please, sir, don't sentence him to something that he can do and come back home. Y'all, what happened to the sound? That'll be over there. And I was like, please, please, sir, don't sentence him to something that he can do and come back home and, help me with raise our daughter. We were a family. And you would be right here. You see the judge, he'll be sitting right there just looking at you, just like analyzing everything. You got the jury that'll be over there. I used to wonder why the jury never looked at us. They never looked at me and seen me crying and shaking and everything I was doing. And I was told that they tell the jury, do not look at the family. Do not look at the family of the defendant. Over here to this side, that would be the counsel's table, which is weird that the prosecutor, the state, and the defendant is actually sitting on the same side. That's kind of different from me. You would have the court secretary there. You would have family and friends, so I would have been there, just sitting there. I remember sitting in the pew, just crying, just shaking, and then the judge looked at me, and as I sat there in that courtroom, just trembling, I'm like as they're reading charge after charge, guilty in the highest, guilty in the highest, guilty in the highest, as I'm sitting there trembling, he's like, ma'am, if you can't be quiet, I'm going to have to hold you in contempt of the court. So I quickly exited. I ran out the room. I ran out, and I just ran into the front of the courthouse. And as I was going down the escalators, now there's escalators and stuff, and people were like, can I help you? And I'm like, no, just get off of me. Get off of me. You can't help me. There's nothing you can do. So I run out in front of the courthouse, and I laid in the street crying. It wasn't until I seen his lawyer come out that I got myself out the street and walked up and approached him. Boy, this place right here changed lives. My life had forever been changed since we stepped in that courtroom. And my baby right there, my baby was, how old were you, 9 months? You were 9 months old when he was sentenced. And now my other baby right here will be 17 years old by the time her grandfather comes home. Girl, I know that's too much. I know it. 17 going to her prom. What's out the window? We better get out of here, money. Oh, you can't look out the window. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna, she like that camera. She's showing out for the camera. So we're going to floor number 2. So you could take the stairs, but we have a stroller with us. And that's a heck of a name to call that mural. Up in Smoke Money.
Because every time somebody go there, they like it, obviously.
It's a replica of the old courthouse clock. Wow. You can't rush history learning.
We traveled one year.
Okay, come on, let's go to special exhibits. Now, this is the one that is the African American floor. I was told that 2 years ago actually had the exhibit was the Ocoee massacre, which is crazy. I would have loved to see that, but now it's gone. You know, see it and what used to be and what. If y'all don't know the story of the Ocoee massacre, Ocoee basically. So we can't go in that side. Traveling exhibit. Ocoee. What it is, you guys, it's your girl Cadillac. I am the OG Prison Wife, but this is going to be a long video. So you already know, it's your girl Cadillac. I'm the Drama Like Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, because I have to take a deep breath, girl, because you got to hope to see justice before it all fades to black. Yeah, shit, girl, Cadillac. Anyways, your girl about to get these contacts in so that I'm no longer legally blind for the moment. So, got the contact. This is the contact itself, little blue contact that sits in the middle of my pupil. So here we go, let's put it in. Now, it's kind of quite difficult because I'm trying to see this thing through the camera lens. Hold on, let me just put it on my, it's in my fingers, but it gotta be on the tip of my finger, hold on. Okay, so I got it set up. There's the contact, you probably can't see it, but it's in there. Okay, so this, don't got my solution. Okay, so these are hard contacts. I do have a video that got a lot of views. Don't know why it's ugly, but it was basically me complaining about coming from visitation, and my contacts, when they would hurt, they wouldn't let me bring my solution in. Here's my solution. Here's my contact. It's a hard contact. Can you see that? They wouldn't let me bring my solution in to visitation. So whenever the thing went dry, I put it on my fingertip there after I rub it with solution. Okay. Pull my eye down. Is it in there? This is hard looking at a camera and not the, yeah, it's there. Trying to get it on my pupil. There it is, because I can see it. I can see now. No, it's not on there. Vision is still blurred. Okay, now I can see. Ooh, I can see my face, y'all. Okay, so I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So they wouldn't let me in with the contact solution. So, or the case. So whenever my contact started hurting, I had to take it out and wrap it up in a paper towel. And I took it into my little bra until visitation's over, which was bad because it made the dry contact even drier. But see, it kind of gave me a chance to not have that hurting and pressing on my eye like that. That video, I don't know why I got a whole bunch of freaking darn views. And that video was ugly. Well, my eye still, that's the solution. But yeah, I am the legally blind artist, and without them contacts, your girl is truly legally blind. I see watercolors and the such, and I see lights and flashes. So I have dealt with that for years, really since I started seeing my eyesight fade when I was in cosmetology school back in 2003. Ooh, y'all just reminded me. I gotta renew my license this year. I keep my license up to date, but I had to stop doing cosmetology because of the corporate title. Like, girl, the devil like to block your girl off on every side. I go around this side, he go find a roadblock there. I go around this way, he go find a roadblock there. But baby, I still keep that cosmetology license
up to date, because you never know. You never know when the healing gonna come through. And you know I go to the chiropractor, trying to get better. Trying to get better. Who knows? One day I may be able to do some hair. But my dream really is, if you've seen any of my crazy hair pieces, is to go to a hair show. And to be in a hair show, you gotta be a licensed cosmetologist. Good. So plus the
I'm messing up
advice
this
of my mother
picture.
was, no
No.
matter what, you worked hard for that cosmetology license, keep it. Do
Oh,
not let
it
them
was
take it from
messing
you.
that one
So
up.
I keep it up to date. So now that we got my contact in, I can go see. Let me go and we need to call money. So today, what this day looking like? Number one, out here is
I keep trying to
hot.
erase, but
Your girl
can't.
went on and took her walk because I have not been able to take my walk in some days now. Oh, I can't even see my face now because it's so hot out here and the way that the camera is flashing. Okay, so I haven't been able to take my walk. Y'all know I love to walk. My eyes are not adjusted to this brightness though. I love to walk, and that's what brings me peace and calmness in my life. My life is hustle, bustle, chaos. It feels like too much to do, overwhelming anxiety. I'm a very anxious person, and it's because it feels like something is falling apart. I have too much things to deal with, and it feels like almost if I'm sitting here working on this thing, let's think about Lego pieces. If I'm working on this Lego structure and I'm building it and attending to this, it feels like the next Lego structure in the background is falling apart. Then I run over there and fix that up. This one starts collapsing. So that's how my life feels. So that's what causes so much anxiety because it feels like something somewhere is falling apart, which it usually is. Anytime I tell myself, girl, I'm just not gonna worry about that. I'm just whatever happened, happened, girl. I'm just gonna live my life. And the minute I get to living my life, something over on the other side ain't been tended to. I done forgot to pay a bill. I done forgot to do this. It was some big certification I was supposed to do. I ain't did it. Girl, it's always too much to do. Way too much. Problems around every corner. So it's very hard. I try to compact myself and keep me in this moment, in this day. I gotta leave the past alone because the past is gone. And I can't think about the future. If I constantly think about the future, then that depletes the purpose of the present. So that's where it's a struggle back and forth for me. I'm trying to stay in the present. I'm always looking at the freaking time. Like today is my day off, my last day off. I had 3 days off. Now you know Saturday we went to
Oh,
the
I just had
Juneteenth
3 days
festival. I'm
off.
gonna
Tomorrow's
get
my
that
last
vlog
day
out.
off.
I vlogged it through shorts. You can't check
No.
out them shorts, but then I have also the full long video and some parts that are missing from the shorts. I want to put that together. I also have that video to edit that I was talking about the review from the place that I went for my birthday. That place was they wasn't friendly. They was called friendlies. They wasn't friendly to us at all, girl. So I wanted to put that video together. I haven't got time. So, that's when my mind just gets torn between this is my last day off, right? Most of my time, my good energy, because your girl, I can't go like I used to. I used to go, go, go. The minute the morning hit, your girl feet went to hitting that floor. I never stopped. I never stopped. I was the mother. I was the babysitter. I worked overnight. I went to school. I was doing, doing, doing. And I found pride in that. I felt accomplished. I felt like, oh, I'm doing something. I also was doing my rap music, trying to free my husband. I was doing my artwork. And I felt like the reason I felt pride was because I thought that it was going to pay off. I'm in a hard spot now, but it's going to pay off later. Now I'm in my later and it didn't pay off. So now I'm like, girl, I don't want to do all this no more. And plus, your girl can't even keep up like I used to. I used to get like 3 hours of sleep a night on months on straight. Like really, the last time I had slept was when once my baby was born. Which y'all know she 21 Wednesday. Really? 21 Wednesday, I believe.
Because today the 20th, yeah, Wednesday, my baby girl turns 21. So we're going to have to plan something because I do get off a little earlier. I know I told her that if I got her that necklace that she was begging for, y'all see the little Magic Mall vlog, she was begging, girl. I said, if I buy you this, that's your birthday present. But you already know you can't have a mother is not gonna let their child's 21st birthday, big birthday, pass and not do nothing. So we gotta figure out something nice to do with her. She is a new mother, so I know she's feeling that. She's doing a lot. She has a lot going on. She's in college still. She just started modeling school. Y'all seen that vlog? She's so cute. She's so cute. Well, yeah, she started modeling school. She has a newborn baby. She's going back and forth to doctor's appointments. She's trying to get her footing to start back to work. But I told her, baby girl, please don't get on that work path. Finish college. Whatever you was going to college for, finish it before your body start breaking down like mine. And then also keep your dreams in mind. She wants to start a clothing store. Girl, I'm way behind on doing her logo. I'm way behind on several logos. Y'all, please forgive your girl. I'm going to get it together. I said today is not going to be
I say that all the time.
without me finishing my
I
art
always
projects,
say I'm gonna
'cause
get it
never
together.
get to them. I never get to them. And I'm so sorry and I apologize.
One day, guys.
And baby, I got to be better about that art. If I ever want to get out that 9 to 5, I have got to treat my art as though it is ultra important. When I was in school, I did that. My homework came first. Why now it's not able to come first? So I got to find that balance. And I told Marcello today, baby, I have the urge to edit these videos. Girl, I want to edit these videos. Then I was sitting up there talking about, Juju looked this so cute on that TikTok dancing to that rodeo. I mean, not TikTok, on YouTube, my YouTube shorts, dancing to that rodeo. I said, this would be so cute for TikTok. Juju would really blow up my TikTok. But I'm like, dang, I gotta
They shut my
some of
TikTok
videos
down.
and throw it to my TikTok. I do have one, but I don't
They
tend to
shut
it
it
because I
down.
stay here on YouTube with y'all, girl. Like, it's something about YouTube that just has my heart. I don't know what it is, and it's hard for me I have Instagram. It's hard for me to tend to my Instagram over there. I have TikTok. It's hard for me to tend to my TikTok. I also have another YouTube channel that I started to teach graphic design and to teach art. And I also started another one about me being legally blind. But girl, it is so freaking hard. My passion is with this justice and this prison life and trying to free my husband. Until he's free, it feels like I'm almost not free to do everything else in life. And I don't know. They say I'm not in prison. And I got to stop living like I'm in prison, which that is bad for us prison wives. We do live like we're in our own little prisons. But I thought about something today. Okay, so we're coming off the cusp of Juneteenth, right?
Juneteenth tomorrow.
For years after slavery ended,
Oh, this
there
is
was
a
whole group
Juneteenth
of people
video.
that didn't even know that they were free, right? Okay, so really, I don't feel like we're completely free. It's just the way that we're entrapped is changed. It was this one model of being entrapped, and that wasn't working. That's causing too many people to uprise, so we have to entrap everybody in a different manner. Okay, so we're still entrapped in that different manner. Yes, we're not free from that. So we look free, right? So I look completely 100% free. But for me, my husband's still in prison. So I'm not free. I'm not free. I couldn't live my life freely the way I wanted to. We couldn't live it the way we wanted to as a family freely because of the prison situation. And my husband is wrongfully convicted and excessively sentenced. I mean, it's one thing to be wrongfully convicted, but God dog, if you still get out, I mean, I know that's hard to be wrongfully convicted for any amount of time, but they gave him bukus of freaking time. to where you can't even overcome this sentence. If I've done 20 years, girl, I could have did this time, honestly. But they gave me 40 years. 40 gets I don't even know if I can do 30 years. Girl, I can't do one more year. Bring my man home today so your girl can be free from this, like, for real. But I was thinking, like Harriet Tubman, she was freed, right? And she couldn't really feel free until she went back and helped others get free. And that's how I feel. I am free. I've never been incarcerated. I've never been in jail. I have no record whatsoever. Well, I had a record only because my identity was stolen. Ain't that crazy? Your girl that had the most happen to her. I still got that story time coming. But because my identity was stolen, I had some type of record. But me, myself, can the real Cadillac stand up? Has no record. Ever. Ain't did nothing. I even had a police ask me that one time. Pulled me over in a traffic stop. And instead of pulling me over for the illegal U-turn I did do, he gonna ask me when's the last time I've been in jail. Like, do I frequent flyer jail? Do I look like I've been on jail? My face looks like a mugshot. Maybe it do, girl. But I have no record whatsoever. So why are you assuming? Like, are you for real? When the last time I've been in jail? So these are the things that we have to deal with. So that is not being truly 100% free. And for me, I can't be free till my husband free. I'm sorry. That's my heart. That's who God made for me, and God made me for him. So I don't know how to be free if he's not free. So I continue to fight. Anyways, let's call Money and see how Vizzo went. Money, I might can. All right. Continue.
So I had to drive 6 hours, and there was a lot of cars that were pulled over on the side of the road.
This was during the time I was basically wrongfully accused. They allege that when I went into visitation, after 5 minutes, they alleged dogs hit on my car. Girl, I ain't got nothing whatsoever to do with no substance. I don't even know I'm truly naive to substances because I don't do that. I never have, never will, most likely, unless somebody done did something to me. That is not something you're going to hear about with me. So they tried to, y'all, I'm going to put that story time in the description box, if I remember, girl. But yeah, so because I was not going to allow them to violate my rights because they did not have nothing to search my vehicle. They had no reason to search my vehicle. But basically, they were creating a situation to back me into a corner. And because I did not agree to the unlawful search, they terminated my visits with my husband. And at that point in time, that's how we had raised our daughter together, through prison visits. I mean, most people leave their husbands or boyfriends or whatever have you, even if it's your brother or your son, your cousin, they leave them as soon as they're convicted. I mean, out of sight, out of mind. That's just how this system goes. Nobody usually stays in somebody incarcerated's life that long. But we literally stayed together fighting. And I think what got me through all that time was because, fighting for his freedom, like basically fighting for his life. Had I not been fighting for his life, let's say he did do the alleged crime he's there for, I would have took several seats. That probably would have been the end of it. I wouldn't have I don't condone that stuff, like, not at all. So none of this would have happened. But the fact that he is innocent, I literally cannot, that's like him falling over a mountainside and I'm holding his hand and I just can't let his hand go. Like, can I literally let him go and watch as he crashes down to the ground? or to the ocean or whatever's beneath that mountain? Or do I hold on to him with dear life until he's back safe? I don't know. But that's what kept me through this. Just, that day when I finally break this story, the day I finally break this story, I just never knew it would take over 20 years, literally. But just like the story in Kevin Strickland, it took him over 40 years to be exonerated for something he didn't do. Crazy. But anyways, they tried to accuse me. And I'm like, dang, this is how we raised our family together. But my own freedom, I can't. I had literally just graduated the week before, and then the next week they were accusing me of bringing substances to a freaking. They were doing too much. So they canceled our visitations. They said that was indefinitely, laughed in my face, and said, that's all over the state of Florida. So basically, at that point, we literally were never going to see each other face to face again because his sentence is too long. So without visitation, we literally have nothing but these overpriced phone calls, right? So that was the situation. That's why Money went to visitation by herself, which I didn't like her being on that road because they got him so far from home. He's like almost in Alabama. We're in Florida, but he's at the tippy top of almost right there, to Alabama. And I didn't like her traveling that road by herself. But at that time I couldn't visit, so I was basically, this is right after Money had Princess, and this was their first visit, the first time Marcello seen his granddaughter. So that's what this is. And I'm about to tie this on up. I don't know if I'm up, what time is it? Oh gosh. Why do I do this to myself? Knowing I got to pack in the morning. But I'm doing this for my husband. I'm doing it for y'all too. Girl, so I literally want to put this to the side, but I gotta finish this tonight. I told myself I was gonna finish this. But this video has 2 more minutes on it. If I don't finish it by the time this video goes off, the ones that I had in this playlist, then I'm gonna have to finish tomorrow. Y'all understand, I know, good.
It was kind of crazy, but we got through safe. And then when we got there after visitation, we couldn't find a hotel that will let us check in because I lost my debit card. So that was crazy.
So the hotel that you had made the reservation with wouldn't let you check in?
I didn't make reservations, and because remember I lost my card, so I was thinking that they was gonna let me, because some hotels have it where you can pay cash.
I think that's of the past. They don't do that no more because now, people be doing that. I can't even probably say that on here. TRAFF, do that.
Yeah.
So now you need ID and cards and stuff. It's harder to get a hotel. And then I thought about it, the price-wise was because it was Father's Day. Because you did tell me why was everything. I know the hotels are going up, but you didn't think about it was Father's Day weekend.
Year ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. That's like a throwback Thursday.
So
Yeah,
it ain't Thursday.
How did the visitations itself?
Sock it to me Sunday.
Oh, she a little too loud. She right up in the door. So how you doing here, Em? What you holding her?
I got the thing on.
So you have to stop. Oh, the bouncing thing.
I have her on me, on my chest.
How you gonna do hair? Oh, that little harness thing. You can't. Money. I was just talking about. I'm tired of doing multiple things at once. How you gonna hold her in a harness and do hair?
Like I've been one until you called me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so how did visitation go? Did y'all eat? Y'all got to eat and take pictures, or?
The first day we only had enough to get 3 sandwiches and that was it. But the second day we did it.
No, I like to let him eat because he ain't got to eat in a while. Like, they give him different food. So he ain't good. Y'all got to talk. Y'all could go outside now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that feel better because the last time when I went,
No, it was hot outside. It got up to 103 degrees.
y'all don't have it wasn't a pavilion or nothing.
Yeah, but it was still hot. None of the fans were working.
Oh, so then y'all didn't want to go outside.
We did the first day. We got stuck out there because there was no tables on the inside.
In the hot. Wow. So that's one reason why I would like him to go to visitation too, because he can at least come in and get some AC for a little minute. So he held the baby the whole time.
Yeah.
Did he hold her correct this time?
Yeah.
She was crying.
Not really. She was lifting up her head and starting to do baby talk.
Oh, that's nice. Actually, Googling, I ain't heard her say nothing. I just heard her say, wah.
Hello?
Yeah. Money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just heard her say, wah. I ain't never heard her do like
Oh, she
baby.
was actually trying to talk.
Like cooing and stuff. Oh. Yeah. So, okay, so you went for 2 days. So y'all did find a hotel. Was it a nice hotel like the one we stayed
No.
in? What kind of hotel was it?
It was like one of those like ghetto apartment hotels.
Oh, the little Itchy Bell hotels. And how much was that one?
179 plus $100.
179. I thought you said 150.
179 plus $100 deposit fee.
And that's the stress that's put on the family when you just want to see your loved one. $179 for hotel. Not to mention, when I started this journey, I was under 21, and renting a car up until I turned 25. I always had to pay more to rent a car. I couldn't get my car up the road. Then you had to pay for the hotel, the car, the food at visitation, which is overpriced vendor food. It was a lot. Then I had to have food to feed us on the road. So I literally could only afford to see him once a month. And that's how we did it that whole first 10 years, 10 or 11 years, first 11 years of his incarceration, his wrongful incarceration. And then at that point, he came really close to home. And he was this way until I think like 2017. He lived like literally, his camp was not even 30 minutes away. And at that point, we felt like he was free. So for a good 5 to 6 years, I think, he was right there. At that 11-year mark, that was when it really was going to be over. Like I literally at that point could not do this situation anymore. And right as the moment just came where I just could not, it was too much, he came really close to home. But then, he was shipped back out, 2020, 2017, yeah. But then in 2020 is when he ended up like far away, like in the Alabama area. Like, girl, I thought that being far away from home was over, but it wasn't.
So did they get a deposit back?
Yeah.
So that's that little one room. Was it clean, at least?
Oh, okay.
So it's just rinky dink hotel. Like a lot of the places we had to stay alone these visits. Sometimes you look up and find you a decent hotel. We found a few. There was one in Steinhatchee, which was like a ranch or something. That was so nice. I would like to even go back or take Take my dad. My dad would have enjoyed that. And then there was one that was in what was the other one? State Bridge. Was that by Tallahassee? That one was really nice. They had tennis court. They had everything. We looked up and found that place. But most time it ain't nothing because it's way out in the country. Like we don't even go back in those backwoods. Only reason I go back there is for my mans. But I just got out your vlog that you did for your try on haul. That's on my channel now. You need to be getting it on your channel. You can delete, like, because you're trying to be professional about it, so you could delete the part where Juju's jumping in and my little dry jokes. You could take that out. But the actual try on haul looks really good. The lighting is perfect. The camera, all of that looks real good.
Okay.
So.
But I have to go.
All right, me too, because this is my last day off. What I was thinking, I don't want to come back today because today is my last day off. But it is your 21st, right?
Not today.
I know that, money. I'm the one had you. So I was thinking possibly it's on Wednesday, right? If I can't get out of work, we might can do something that night. But I wanted to go get my feet done. If you wanted to get yours, I'll do it for your birthday.
Thank you.
But my feet, they started to look like concrete feet, like them statue feet. Them statue feet, and I need something to be done to them. All right.
Yeah.
All right, then. We gonna say bye to Money, and Money needs an intro and an outro. I'll do it for you. Hiss your girl, Money. That didn't even sound right, did it? Anyways, I'll talk to you later. All right, love you. Tell the baby I love her too. Chill while you do your. I hear her. Is she eating?
No, she's just looking at me, looking around.
All right, then. Bye.
All right, love you.
Love you too. Bye. All right, y'all. Oh, music. Don't want to get, But anyways, let me go in. I have to let my sister get dressed. She calling me back. Okay, guys. So anyways, the sun. Oh, it looks so nice out here. I want to take another walk. Girl, this is my mind. My mind is scattered. Your girl don't know what she want to do. But I want to do it all. I want to do everything. Like, it's so hard for me to stay in one task. Like, after 30 minutes, girl, I want to do something different. I'm getting bored with it. And that's just how my mind works. I kind of low-key think I have ADHD, to be honest. But, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead. We're going to wrap this up. And I'm going to upload this. Then I'm going to go ahead and work on my logo that I promised somebody. I am so sorry, girl. I got to finish this today. I'm so sorry. She probably don't even want it now. It took so darn long. It'll been over 90 days. So I'm going to finish that now. Then I got a painting that I've started maybe 2 months ago. It ain't finished, and she probably don't even want it no more. Girl!
Never finished it. It's right here.
Now. Okay. Bye. Love you guys.
And it's almost done.
Your girl Cadillac.
All right, guys. I am going to finish this one little part. But yeah, so that was my Father's Day and Juneteenth video, throwback from last year. So it must be, so this is different. This year, Juneteenth is the day after Father's Day, directly after Father's Day. But last year, it must have been that Father's Day was first. And then Juneteenth came after. Yeah, so I'm gonna watch some more videos about Juneteenth. I know there's some people that say no, do not celebrate it because there's nothing celebratory. There's some that do. Before I form my opinion about it, I need to learn more about it. Like basically, I want to watch both sides. Like why? Some say yes, some say no. Like what is the real? Like that's how I am. I'm not gonna just take anybody's word. I gotta, get all sides. Get all sides. What I wish they had did in Marcello's case. And then I will make my decision there. Okay, so we're gonna stop here. This is the drawing. So far, it may not be that fascinating, but tomorrow when I get some time after, maybe it'll be this late again. But once I blend this in, it's gonna start looking better. And then that rock is missing there. And plus, this pencil, though it's cute and all, it got the little sage at the top and stuff, but it won't color all my different shades that I want. Like I'm trying to get the darkest, like you gotta have literally dark, shadowy areas, and then you need light areas. So this is not giving me enough variation of shades. So everything is kind of, but, and then I don't have the eraser because I need to put some highlights in certain spots, girl. But we'll do that tomorrow. All right, guys. So, thank you. Oh, y'all all up in my grill, girl. Get that. Thank you. All right, guys. So, thank you for joining me to say I've been on here for 100 minutes, girl. All right, guys. And hopefully I still get my tail up to go pack up that apartment. Laugh now, cry later, girl. All right. Here's your girl, Cadillac.